All right. I want to cut to the chase here
Okay.
because there's a lot on everybody's mind. I have truly missed you. I miss seeing you every week. I know Levitard Show fans really miss you as well. And so you agreeing to be on with me, I have to ask the one question that's on everybody's minds. It's a big one. It's not probably not an easy one for you to answer, but I want you to be as honest as you can. So the question is,
This is the Greg Cote Show with Greg Cote.
Pardon it.
Here's your host, Greg Cote.
Dad, you missed bowling this past week because you had to go to a comedy show with Mom. I say had to. I guess you didn't have to. Nate, you went to see Nate Bargatze, who's, he's the bee's knees right now. Everyone loves him.
I know. Supposedly he's the number one earning comic in the entire country since 2024.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's just, there's a handful of comics that can do arenas, and, he just does the most of them.
Yeah.
He's the one that's like, I'll work the most. Like, I don't think that number means he's like the number one comedian right now, like, because I don't think that that's the case.
Right.
I think, I'd put him he's definitely in the top 10. I think he's funny.
Yeah.
But I just think, most popular and most sales, I don't think definitely correlates to funniest.
Okay. Because,
but you tell me, how was he?
Well, I had never heard of him until a few months ago when you and Michael were kind of mentioning him or whatever. So I'm introduced to this phenomenon for the first time, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I felt myself like smile. You know how sometimes you're smiling so much that you feel your face smiling?
Yeah, like your face hurts a little bit. I mean,
yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
but just smiling,
those kind of things.
Just smiling's not laughing.
I know. I did laugh out loud some, but it was mostly just a constant.
What did it
smile.
sound like? What were the laughs? Give me them. Were they like, ha?
No, it's like, ha ha.
That's like that's. I feel like that's your that's your Greg Cote. I guess that is your real laugh too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at
whatever.
I'm pretty good at faking a laugh. Like sometimes I'm just like, oh, I think I'm supposed to laugh here.
Oh, really? I never fake a laugh at a comedy show because if I don't laugh legit, then the show's not doing its job. But Bargatze, is it Bargatze or Bargatze?
I don't know. I think maybe it's Bargatze. Maybe I messed it up.
I thought he was really good. I didn't think he was great.
Would you have rather been at bowling?
Well, your mom listens to this podcast, so I got to be careful what I say. It was nice to go to the show.
I mean, yeah, there's 37 weeks in this bowling season, so I think you'll be fine.
No, and we did have a great time. We ran into Dave Barry and Michelle Kaufman, our friends.
Just ran
Dave Barry,
like you ran into, or you met up with, or is it a meet up with, or was it a ran into?
Okay, I got a text from Michelle saying, "Hey, Dave and I are at the Bargatze show tonight, and you guys go to the Hard Rock a lot. Are you going to be there?" And I said, "Yeah, believe it or not, we're going to be there," and blah, blah, blah. And so we hooked up for a couple of drinks afterward.
Did you actually write in the text, believe it or not?
No, I'm just paraphrasing here.
Yeah, you're actually adding words.
Yeah, but I found it interesting that the idea of Dave Barry's like a professional funny man. He's won a Pulitzer Prize for comedy writing or humor writing. And I was asking him how it is when he goes to a comedy show, whether he analyzes all the jokes for the structure and the way they're written or blah, blah, blah.
I mean, he's not a stand-up comedian, is he?
No, he isn't, which he mentioned, but still, he has written jokes for, Letterman and Steve Martin and everything. So
Steve Martin also, did he say, yes, I do criticize these guys harshly?
Sometimes he does analyze a joke, whether it works or not, but for the most part, he just goes to have a good time. And he's known of Bargatze a long time. Like he told me things about this guy that I didn't even know.
Oh, wow. He's one of those guys. He's like, I knew him first, huh?
Yeah.
He's one of these guys that's like, doesn't like that he's doing arenas now. It's like, I'm telling you, you should have heard him when he did clubs. Even though I guess Hard Rock is a small event, is a smaller venue for Nate Bargatze. He does like arenas.
Yeah. Yeah, and he mentioned that, which was sort of weird. But
the Hard Rock, because the Hard Rock like pays as if it's an arena. That's why the bigger acts come to the Hard Rock, even though it doesn't fill as many seats. They still get the acts. I'm just assuming they like will offer a similar rate.
Oh, I think so too. I mean, the music acts that have played there are crazy.
Yeah.
Rolling Stones have played there.
Right.
Elton and Billy Joel have played there. I mean, it's crazy the acts they get. But to wrap up Bargatze, obviously he's refreshingly clean act. Doesn't even say damn or hell. Observational humor.
He says hell, but I get your point.
Well, observational humor, deadpan, self-deprecating delivery. He's not breaking any new ground in comedy,
Yeah.
And he's very likable, very relatable, but I'm a little amazed at the phenomenon of his success because to me, he's just a funny comedian. He's nothing extraordinary.
Right. He's just kind of got that. He comes up with clever things, and it's like it's very relatable. Like everything
Right.
he's very like self-deprecating.
Yes.
I order fast food. These embarrassing things happen to me in public. It's just kind of very clean and relatable. You could bring your kids to this show, but it's good.
Yeah, and I also noticed very wide range of ages in the audience. A lot of people my age and older, a lot of people your age and younger. So it was a wide spectrum that he attracts.
Guarantee you, he will have a Seinfeld-esque sitcom or a show on Netflix. That's the next step for him, I think.
I agree.
Because I've actually heard him interviewed where I believe he doesn't want to do comedy. I think he wants to go into movies more after. Like, he's like, I'm just going to do this for a couple years and then I'm going to maybe do something else. Like, I don't want to do this forever kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're spending way too much time on him. I actually have something I really want to do this episode.
Okay.
I want to interview you. You were freaking out. You were doing one of these things. We've been on a roll lately. Two really good episodes in a row with Brad Williams and and Ray Hudson, of course.
Yeah.
And so you were panicking that we didn't have anybody, and I thought honestly it would just be funny to flip it on you and be like, you know what? You're the guest, Dad, on your own show. So I wrote down some questions. I was like, what don't I know about you? I mean, shit, you're an old man. Like, I should be having these types of conversations with you. And why not document them for the world to see?
Wow, that's an interesting and also potentially scary premise by you, but I'm game for anything. But I want to quickly mention as an aside, piggybacking on what you just said, our last two episodes were very, very good, and you all responded. Our podcast family, our downloads were terrific the last couple of weeks, especially.
Not that you're counting every hour.
That's right. We took a spike on that, and we appreciate that, and we thank you all.
Spike.
So, Christopher, talk to me.
Oh, so
what do you want to know?
So make this good. You're basically like, I'll tell you anything right now to keep these numbers up. I'll get nude right now. What if we both got nude? That probably would get some YouTube views, even though
let's not. I don't
think you're allowed to get nude on YouTube. Anyways, all right, we'll start safe here because I do have some I'm a little all over the map here with these questions, but
okay.
Some are genuine, and this one is: what do you remember the most about your wedding day?
Wow.
Do you remember like let's start at the beginning. Like, do you remember like the morning of did Uncle Dick like, oh, I'm your best man, I'm like, we're gonna get breakfast, or was it kind of just like, all right, I'll see you at the church?
Well, keep in mind, you got to cut me a little slack here because it's been 40 years. Like it's been a while. It's been a minute.
Oh man, am I gonna get this for everything I ask you here?
No,
here we go.
But my memories of the wedding, I'll share with you. It was a very small wedding. The only people on my half of the aisle in the wedding party were my brother, the famous Uncle Dick, my best man, and the late great Alan Cherry.
Right.
My long lost and well remembered friend. And it was, I think we had like 50 or 60 people. The reception was at your Uncle Richard's backyard.
I assume, like, back in that day, you didn't see Mom before she came down the aisle, correct?
No.
And like, so you don't remember, like, because like I feel like at least nowadays, I just did it with Michael a few months back. Like the day of the wedding, like it's the responsibility of like the best man. It's like, what do you want to eat? Like, I'm sure we have this hotel suite that we can get ready at. We put music on.
There was none of that. None of that.
Where'd you get ready?
I don't even remember. I mean,
Okay.
I can't emphasize like weddings now are so big and expensive and elaborate, and there's all of these things that you just mentioned. Your mom and I, when we got married, we had no money. That's why we had our reception in my brother-in-law's backyard.
Right.
We had no money, and we were flying by the seat of our pants.
We should have Mom on for this episode.
You could call her if you want.
Like, where'd Dad get ready for his wedding? I bet she remembers.
Oh, God. Well, she always remembers more than I do. Like, if you want to call her and ask her details about our wedding day, she would answer better than I would. I know that. But I remember it being a great wedding. Here we go. This could be dangerous.
Why?
I don't know.
Hi.
I'm always worried
what
when
are you
your
doing?
mother.
Working.
You're on the podcast. You have a second?
Oh, I thought that we weren't doing that.
No, we are.
She thought I might be calling her about the Bargatze concert.
No, I'm asking you. We're talking about your wedding day, and I'm asking Dad details about, like, because on the best man generally, like, takes care of the groom and they get ready together. Like, Dad doesn't remember where he got ready, whether Uncle Dick was like a good best man that day or anything.
Jeez. Well, I think they just got ready at the church.
Okay.
'Cause it was at a church.
Oh, so they just like
Yes.
met at like a room back there in the
Trinity
church.
Lutheran.
Yeah. And then I think that Uncle Dick, did give like a 10-second speech or something.
Oh, at the reception, like his best man speech.
Yeah, like I think he just said, "Oh,
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming, everyone.
you can just imagine what it was then is what it would have been now." So
What were his kind words to you?
Uncle Dick,
Yeah, but he was just like, "All right, good job, Earleen. You're a nice girl."
I don't even remember him saying anything about me. Saying, "Oh, let's just congratulate everybody." I know he was petrified of doing it,
Yeah.
as I recall.
No one likes to give that speech. I'm with that. I was so happy when that was done.
But keep in mind that this reception was very low key. I mean, it's basically like 50 some people only.
Well, that's what Dad said.
In like Richard and Bonnie's backyard.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
It was, and it was like really cold. Like all of a sudden, this big cold front came in, and it was like everybody was shivering.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I forgot about that.
Oh, see, well, and what kind of alcohol are we talking? Like, what was it? Open bar?
Open bar rock gut. Yeah, we bought it all ourselves, and then just hired a bartender.
And what was what'd you guys get? A bunch of like Miller Lights and some, some like house vodka.
We had like bad rum, bad vodka, bad
Nice.
bad whiskey probably, and then beer. I don't even remember wine, but I'm sure it had to be there. Honestly, it was really low end the whole wedding. We looked.
What about music?
That was our strong suit. We had a live band.
Were they strong though?
Yeah, they were pretty good. That was Alan Sherry's brother's band. He was in a band.
Yes.
Nice.
And it was Alan Sherry's brother. Alan was not in the band, but Alan Sherry's brother had a band, and they played. They were like a cover band. They were pretty good. I would say probably we overextended ourselves on the live band thing.
Wow, and it was a friend, and you still had to pay a lot of money. Wow.
Well, it was Alan's friend. I mean, Alan's brother. That wasn't like Alan.
All right, good job. Thank you.
All right, goodbye.
While Mom was talking about that, I remembered one more detail about the wedding, and it's my only regret from the wedding. We didn't hire a professional photographer.
Right.
Our photographer was a good friend of mine from BCC, from the community college, who was in photography. Like he was, for 20 years old.
So he didn't do
in a
that
college.
great.
He was a good photographer. But when I look back on the photos from our wedding, you can tell they were taken by an amateur.
Yeah.
But anyway, 40 years later, we're still happily married. So I guess the wedding was pretty damn good.
What's the most mischievous thing you ever did as a kid?
Oh, man.
And I know, and probably going back to when you're a kid, you're not going to remember.
No, I have this one memory. Myself and a couple of other kids And I don't remember who they were. They weren't like great friends of mine. They weren't people you've heard me mention over the years, but I think we actually once started a field on fire.
Like a dry field, like just
yeah, like it was a wide open field. If you can picture, a block-sized area that was just nothing but grass.
yeah, that's horrific.
Yeah, I remember once on a lark, it was the summer and everything was, lightable. Everything was going to light, and we lit a fire in a field. No structures were damaged. Nobody was hurt. I mean,
it obviously stopped because like sometimes those things can just like that's how California catches on fire.
Right. Well, we took off and watched it from a distance. I think
you're like
fire
I think it
truck
went out.
did come.
A fire truck came.
Yeah.
Wow, that's intense. And you guys didn't get in trouble?
No, because nobody ever knew. I mean, I don't mean to imply that there was a big bonfire covering a whole block. I mean, the fire was small and it was probably put out within 15, 20 minutes. But
you guys never threw eggs?
I think we did throw eggs sometime. We used to have rock fights, which looking back on it is absolutely ridiculous. We used to throw like big stones at each other.
Big boulders?
Well, like rocks, like the kind of rock you hold in your hand,
like
and you
golf
throw
ball
it.
size though. Like that can do damage.
No, it can, and it was just dumb. And then a couple of times as a kid, I used to like steal packs of gum or something from a convenience store, but nothing ever major. I was a goody. Goody.
What do you remember most about the day Michael and or I were born?
Well, we'll take you first because the first one is always the most harrowing.
I thought you were going to say the most memorable, even though it was further away.
Yeah, I mean, they're all memorable. When you've only had two kids, it's pretty ridiculous to say one was memorable and the other wasn't. But yours was first.
But you could agree, one.
Mom had a sort of a rough pregnancy, like
with me.
She had a lot of water retention. Her ankles were gigantic. And
we don't. Yeah, okay, yeah. I know. And so I was a pain in the ass for Mom, literally.
Yeah,
well, not
and
the
so
ass.
She was happy to get you out.
I was a pain in the stomach.
Let's put it that way.
I was a pain in the stomach.
Yeah, and I was happily not a part of the delivery. Like I did not see you coming out of the womb, but they brought me in from the next room right afterward. And so I got to look at you when you were literally, 20 minutes old or something.
20 minutes? Jeez, that's a long time.
Is it?
I mean, I saw Graceland come right out.
Okay.
I mean, you're lucky, though, that you were, like, this happened at a time without cell phones, because nowadays, these nurses, they just turn the dad into a photographer. Yeah. They're like, Dad, get your phone ready. Here comes the baby.
I know. No, that's
like
crazy.
It's like, can't I just be in the moment?
I know. And keep in mind, obviously, way back then, there were no cell phones or anything. I would have literally had to have a big Polaroid camera or something. But I think the feeling was just mostly relief and joy in that order. Because,
it is relief.
Yeah, because when you have your first one.
Yeah, you're terrified. I remember that.
You're terrified. Because without ever mentioning it aloud, you think the worst.
Yeah.
You think the worst. And when your child is born healthy, and that's all you want to hear is that this is a healthy child. There's no concern on the part of doctors or nurses, and that's all you want at that time. So it was a thrill. It was a long 9 months for Mom, and it was a thrill to just have you in the world, and to it's frightening because we waited a while to have kids, but still I'm like whatever 25, 27, or wait,
I think you were 30.
You were born when?
You were 30.
Okay, I was 30. She was 27.
Actually, what are you talking about? Hold on a second. You were. Oh no, wait, my bad. I was born in 87. You were born in 54, so you were 33.
Okay. Well, I was 32 because you were born early in the year.
You just said 25.
Okay, I was thinking about when we got married. So I was 31 and Mom was 28 or whatever. So we waited a while. We weren't like super young parents, but it still felt like we were really young because all of a sudden after spending the first 7, 8 years of our marriage just traveling and living it up, all of a sudden we are parents, and now it's a whole different vibe.
Traveling and living it up, were you?
Yeah, we did a lot of traveling, man. We enjoyed it. We started to make a lot of money because Mom was at one time the youngest female attorney in this Broward County, which I was very proud of, and she
Really?
started to make money. Yeah.
I never knew that. I knew that Mom started young. I never knew she was like the youngest.
Oh, she was because she graduated young from high school and from college and from law school. And so
I gotta call her back for that. I mean, I just talked to her. I mean, we might as well. We're here.
I mean,
I gotta
maybe I'm
congratulate her.
misremembering it. I think she was. Maybe Fort Lauderdale, not Broward. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it true that you were at one point the youngest attorney in Broward County, female?
No, female, yeah.
No.
Okay, good job, Dad.
What?
Fort Lauderdale?
I mean, I was young, but I wasn't. I mean, I never. No, I'm sure. I know a guy I graduated with was younger than me.
Oh, damn. Remember, I said a woman.
Female. I don't know I mean, I don't.
Dad's going around telling people this, so.
Well, if you don't know, why
I
don't you
was.
take credit for it?
You got to remember that I went through law school in 2.5 years instead of 3, and I went through college in 3 instead of 4.
All right, relax, Killer. All right. Now you're just showing off.
No, so it was all in 5.5 years. So I was silly, stupidly young for that.
Right.
Okay.
So
you were the youngest female attorney in
It
Fort
usually
Lauderdale
takes
one
people
time.
how long to do all that?
Well, if you do everything straight through, it takes you. If you don't even take one extra semester, it takes you 7 years.
And you did it in 5.5. So you were like a good couple years younger than other people.
Correct. I mean, I was definitely a full year to year and a half.
It did sound better.
2 years.
But Dad, other women may have done that too. Like you're saying Mom's the first youngest ever. Like,
Yeah, I'll continue to say
Dad's just like frustrated with you because he's like, I say this and now Mom comes on and says it's not true.
Yes, that's exactly
Well,
right.
I'm not saying that he's not close. I mean, it's probably I was.
It was close to true. It's either way. I was really calling to just congratulate you and say good job. I'm proud of you.
Oh well, I mean, either way, it's a good job.
Yes, but I'm proud of you.
I mean, I don't think that anybody kept track of that kind of thing,
That kind of thing.
because something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
And in
That's all
closing,
you got for me.
You may be right, kid.
Wait, is this going to be like miscellaneous fact day? What is it?
I mean, I just thought like we had just talked to you and then I heard that awesome fact that Dad made up and
it was an awesome fact, and it is a
He
fact.
probably has it
Jack.
in his head because he knew that I was younger than everyone else. But there was this one guy who definitely was younger than me. But as far as women,
Right.
maybe I was the youngest one in my class, but I don't know if I was the youngest one in the history of the world.
all right. Well, good talk. I'll call you in 5 minutes.
Probably doubtful. There was probably like 17-year-old one somewhere.
See?
Why are you calling me?
I'm kidding. I'll call you back.
Okay, this is so typical of your mother. She doesn't know that she wasn't the youngest.
Right.
And I say she was the youngest to give her the benefit of the doubt because that's sort of what I remembered. And instead of just going with it, she has to act like, no, I wasn't the youngest, even though I don't know that I wasn't the youngest. I probably wasn't the youngest, but I could have been.
It is just really funny the way it is such a true thing that people do this where over time stories get exaggerated.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure at some point you heard that she was one of the youngest, and just through the years, for you, that has become she was the youngest.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
That's
I'm not faulting you. Dan did it the other day. I don't even know the origin of this story. He was talking about, and we did a whole like segment on throwing knives because he said one time, I think it was an athlete, some locker room he was in, where some athlete all of a sudden a knife flew by what he described as right by his face and like stuck in the wall, which sounds terrifying. I am sure that was like across the room. I would bet that wasn't even within 20 feet of Dan's face.
Right.
But in like the story that he retells, he
Of course.
says this guy threw it and it whizzed by his face. And I just love those kind of things because nobody can call him on it. Like that's why you do those things.
Well, that's the thing. If you retell that story a week later and you're way off, you have just flatly lied. But when you tell that story 40 years later or 30 years later, you just misremembered.
Right.
Sue me.
All right. That's 5 feet, a foot, whatever. It felt like a foot. You
Exactly.
Could just,
Youngest female attorney, third youngest. What difference does it make? You were very young. Congratulations. Accept the compliment. That kind of thing.
Now, of course, you don't remember anything about Michael's day he was born. We don't need to.
Well,
it's not even important.
I remember the exact same thing. It was, first
That
of all,
I'm more looking for like specific odd details than like it was nice. It was a relief, and like I know the plat. This isn't an acceptance speech for childbirth.
right. No, I don't have any specific memories. Again, even that was, whatever. However old Michael is, that kind of thing.
Let's not do that. Let's not do the math thing again.
He's 34, so that's a long time ago.
I feel like I've asked you this before. Have you ever been in like a physical fight?
I've been in shoving fights, not
no.
throw fist fights.
So no.
So I would.
I've
say
only
no.
been in one.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. I'm. So.
Yeah. No, I've never been a physical combatant. I'm a pacifist more than I am a fighter.
Me too. And the only reason I ended up in one, I've ended up in multiple, like what you're saying, where someone I know is getting into it, and I'm all of a sudden in like some skirmish where I'm like holding someone back and like, come on, man, relax. Like,
yeah,
I've gotten into numerous of those, but like,
yeah,
in actual where I'm like punching someone because I'm that furious, like only time was in college, and it was just defending my drunk roommate. So I just ended up like I was drunk too. So like I remember I threw some. I remember connecting, but I ended up having like a huge like welt on like my cheek or something, and like I had like a huge gash on like my arm because we like got to the ground. So I don't remember a ton of the details. I just know I did get in like one hit where I felt good about it, but
wow,
that's about the extent of my fighting.
No, part of the reason that I never got in fights per se.
You're a writer. You just start like painting with words, and they're like,
yeah, that kind of thing. Disarm them with humor. But mainly, I was just always small for my age. I've mentioned before that I probably weighed 130 pounds when I graduated from high school. So I was never somebody who was going to pick a fight.
Did you get bullied?
The only time I could say that I got bullied for a time was very early in high school when I was writing for the school newspaper, the MacArthur High Times. And my teacher at the time allowed me to write very honest columns that in the day were unheard of in high school.
Right.
Like if you were writing a high school sports column in the early 70s, you did not criticize the football team or make fun of anybody. But I was doing that because our football team was traditionally awful. They were 2-8 every year.
So you were a little pipsqueak, like talking shit about the football team.
Yes, and once a few football players. I remember the name of one of them actually because he had a memorable name.
Oh, I would love to get that guy on the podcast.
Track him down.
Oh my God, Yeti! Please find this guy.
In meantime, bleep out that name too.
Please tell me that this is how I visualize it. It's against a locker, and you're way shorter than them. They lift you up almost against the locker, like to their height. So all of a sudden, you're now eye level with them. Your feet about a foot off the ground, and they're just like, you don't write another single word bad about this football team. And then you go, and then you're literally urinating yourself. So like, and then we just pan down, and you're not saying anything, and there's just like liquid going down your legs.
Okay, I appreciate the colorful embellishment. It was actually not against the locker; it was against a water cooler.
Okay.
Back then, you actually saw water coolers all around.
Water cooler? You mean a water fountain?
Yeah, like a bubbler, like a water fountain.
Bubbler?
Yeah, we used to call them bubblers. Anyway.
You said water cooler.
Well, water fountain. Whatever.
Water cooler's like in a dugout where you're like...
Okay, a water fountain. They, pinned me against a water fountain and just started, putting their hands on my shoulder and threatening me but nothing happened because there were crowds of people around. It's the middle of a high school hallway or whatever. But that was the only time when I really felt a little bit threatened. So bullying, no, bullying didn't seem to be a thing back then. I don't know when bullying started or
that
why.
Can't be true. I mean, bullying was probably a thing. You just probably, because of your wit and your charm, people probably were just cool with you.
It could be, but bullying was not a big part of my life, thank God.
Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back on the Greg Cote Show with Greg Cote.
Real cream.
cats, tired of suffering from prolonged virginity? Want to attract the kittens like a fancy lad? Well, a little dab will do you, and two will do you double. Brill Cream. Guys, put your hands on your tube and squeeze. Brill Cream. Dab in it.
Brill Cream, a little dab of ya. Brill Cream, what's the matter to ya? Fancy lad must always look so debonair. Brill Cream, a little dab of ya. Brill Cream, what's the matter to ya? All the ladies love a lad with Brill Cream. Brill Cream.
And we're back. Dad, I have a few more questions, but do you want to like get to some bells and whistles here, or like how you living?
You know what? We can do some bells and whistles now, or talk a little sports, and then finish up with the questions.
Okay, go for
You
it.
want to do that?
Yeah.
All right, let's do dad jokes.
He's always kind of thinking that his puns are in vogue. He cracks himself up like an egg with a yolk. And now Chris's morale is broke. Dad jokes.
Number 3. Why do you never hear a joke about a bed?
Because they're too soft to take it.
It hasn't been made up yet.
Oh, I thought that was a good answer by me.
Okay. Number 2. What is the guitar player's favorite Italian food?
String cheese.
Stromboli. Number 1. Why are the fingers the most reliable part of the body?
Reliable. I don't know.
You can count on them.
3 facts, Jack.
There are 3 things that interest him, so sit right back for 3 facts, Jack.
I love when your camera like pans over and follows you coughing. Wow.
Sometimes laughing brings on a cough, which is terrible.
Not sometimes. It's really the main thing that does.
Especially when I'm at a Nick Bargatze concert or whatever that
Nick Bargatze.
was. Whatever his name is.
Oh, we just got
Jack.
we just got a great shot of what was either a garbage truck or a like UPS truck.
It could have been both in this neighborhood.
Ever since you panned over, like now your camera's like off center.
Yeah.
I would
Okay.
like move to your left until it follows you. I would just to like get your shot a little better. There we go.
How's that, boss?
Now you're looking good.
Okay, number 3. The formal meteorological word for a dust storm or sandstorm is a haboob. Haboob, as in Hal Haboob, derived from the Arabic word hab, meaning to blow. Number 2. Since the 1990s, because they are seen as a symbol of Western capitalist culture, it is illegal in North Korea to wear blue jeans. Number 1. One of Charlie Chaplin's closest friends was Albert Einstein. That interested me because Chaplin is a silent film comic, a silly person, and Albert Einstein is Albert Einstein.
Yeah.
And yet in real life they were friends. How about that?
I was thinking, I saw that, a lot of people nowadays, I know Tom Brady was making news for reportedly getting paid $75 million for like some Saudi flag football game that a few other like football players are involved with, where it's just crazy money. I saw there's a comedy tour where it's like some of the Dave Chappelle, some of the biggest names in comedy, where they're all getting like a huge bag just to go over for like a day or two and do a show type stuff. And I see you shaking your head, and that's exactly where I want to go with this. And I know you got one, and don't you try to be this guy right now. What's your number? If they came a calling and we got an email that said the Greg Cote show, they want us to do a live pod. Like I love this because you are one of these people that wags a finger at this type of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that if it came to your doorstep, I think you would crumble like a cookie.
Well, I mean,
see, exactly. You're already being like, if they offer, which,
there's certain money you can't turn down.
But why are you shaking your head at these people that have taken the money you just said at some point you can't turn down? What if they offered you? What if they said $1 million for me and you?
Okay, I'm not shaking my head at the people who accept the money. Okay, I'm never going to criticize an athlete
What do
for
you mean?
getting all the money he can.
That's what you just did.
No, hear me out.
Okay.
I am criticizing the marketplace that would offer these people that ridiculous amount of money.
It's blood money. They have unlimited money, and they are trying to, sports wash and comedy wash and normalize.
You're talking about Saudi Arabia and that flag football game. You're right.
Right, but it's the same thing. I assume it's what they're kind of trying to do. They're looking for good PR. Like, they want people to be like, oh, I can go to Saudi Arabia on a vacation. Look, that comedy tour went there.
Yeah.
But
see,
it's like,
I would not agree to go to Saudi Arabia on the blood money unless I could mention that in my podcast.
Well, you can't.
Okay, then I'm not going.
Okay, then can me and Yeti go?
If you want
Yeti
to.
probably wouldn't go. Dad, I'm telling you, I got a number though. I'm not saying I'd feel good about it. I mean, I just said it. Like, you tell me. I mean, I don't know. Are we splitting this $1 million? Do we each get $1 million? That does change it a little bit for me.
Yeah.
If it's $1 million a pop, if you're telling me I will get $1 million put in my bank account and I have to go over there and I'll take the bad PR.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I mean, I would hope, I know I negotiated terribly there. Maybe we could get more. I don't think we could. The idea of you and I getting $1 million to go over there would be funny. But
yeah, as long as they pay for the airfare as well.
Which I'll pay for the airfare.
I'm not taking Spirit Airlines to Saudi Arabia. I'll tell you that.
You think they fly there?
I don't know.
No, I can tell you they don't.
Probably not. We'll take Kuwaiti Airlines or whatever it's called.
So you would go. Like, I love how you've shaken your head at anyone that's done this type of thing. Like,
it's such a moot argument, discussion. I don't even know how to answer that. Nobody from Saudi Arabia is coming to me asking.
No, it's the idea that you are always one that like judges.
Right.
Like, you always kind of judge and like shake your head. And it's just like, as soon as I put this hypothetical thing on your doorstep, you're like, yeah, I'd take the money too. Like, the very thing you're criticizing, you're being like, yeah, I get it.
Okay. See, the Saudi Arabia money is a whole different argument. Right? Like I'm not, I never blame Tom Brady for how much money he made as an NFL quarterback. But if you're telling me,
no, I'm talking about that's what I'm talking about. Obviously, yes, no one's against anyone in America off of, like, everyone wants these guys to get paid, don't they? I mean, yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Look, that's the reason.
The only controversial money being made is this type of money.
When Live Golf was formed to compete with the PGA Tour,
but that's the same thing.
I was very critical of golfers who jumped to Live Golf to take the easy blood money from Saudi Arabia.
That's the same conversation.
I know it is, and I think that Tom Brady and people like him who do that are selling a little bit of their soul. But I'm not saying they can't do it.
But you would do the same.
No, I wouldn't.
You just said you would.
Oh, I was kidding around. You're offering a hyhypothetical like $1 million, and we're flying to Saudi Arabia on Spirit Airlines.
So you're claiming now that for $1 million each, you would turn that down.
I would, yes, for $1 million.
That you're full of it.
I'm not.
You don't need $1 million as bad as I do.
Okay,
but I'm saying my point is you have a number though.
I'm not going to disown you because you do that.
You have a number.
Okay.
All right, 3. You're going.
Whatever.
What do you mean, whatever? It's the whole part of the conversation. It's the part of you're wagging a finger and judging while you have to also admit, yes, I get why they're doing it.
I mean, I understand why some people think so much of money that they sell their soul to get it. I get that.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I try not to condemn. I can criticize, but I'm not condemning. I mean, they can do whatever they want. It's their life.
I get your point of that. If everyone said no, that would probably be cool. But that's a hard no. I don't know how you say no to that.
Okay.
The only person I know Tiger Woods was offered like a shit ton from Live.
Right.
So that's like, who has said no?
Well, Tiger.
I'm sure the Obamas have said no. You have to admit that they've probably been offered stuff. Imagine the PR of them going over there and being like, this place is great.
Yeah. No, I can't imagine that.
My point is I bet they've been offered. Because the Obamas, as much as we love them, the Obamas are like they want to make money. Like they got
Really?
like Spotify, like Michelle Obama, like they have. I could look it up. The Obamas are banking.
Okay.
I bet the amount of money they probably make if you want him to go speak somewhere, her as well. Like I bet. Oh, I mean, I'm sure all presidents kind of do this after, but they've written books. They've had she's had a podcast, I believe. Like
Right.
The Obamas know what they're doing.
Okay. Well, good for them. They're not taking blood
that's not
money.
criticism.
Yeah.
No, they're doing it the old-fashioned way.
Right. Right. Let's go back to your questions, your interview.
I don't really have that much left. The only thing else I had on here was angriest Nana and Pop ever were with you, but
Wow. I don't even think of a time when at one time.
I can think of one.
What?
When you pulled me on the back of that car, like when I was on skates and I was on the back of Mom's car and I fell and had a huge gash in my. I remember I remember Nana laying into you.
Really?
I just remember Nana because Nana and Pop were in town and I got rushed into the house with a bloody eye, and Nana was just like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Okay.
Pulling your son around on a car with skates on with no helmet.
Yeah, that was sort of stupid, wasn't it?
It was fun though.
That's how I broke my clavicle. Is when Uncle Dick did the same thing to me, essentially.
But you were on a string and a skateboard, right? Like you were
like a rope. Yeah,
you were essentially.
I was in a little red wagon, being pulled on a rope.
You were water skiing on the road, essentially.
The
way a boat pulls like a raft, that's what you were doing. Where I was just Mom's car, her Infinity, I believe it was, had a wing on the back, so I was kind of just with my hands holding onto that while on skates.
Yeah, I can't believe I did that. That was really stupid. I'd forgotten all about that.
Huh.
I do remember.
What else did Nana? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I do remember that way back in the day when I was young, a kid, before middle school even, my dad used to hit me with a hairbrush. That was his idea of corporal punishment. He didn't lay a hand on me per se, but to punish me, he would spank me with a hairbrush.
I mean, okay.
Which, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you say, did my parents get angry at me? There was that kind of punishment when I was a kid, which I don't think I ever laid a hand on you, right?
Oh, no, you beat the shit out of me. I'm just kidding.
Okay. All right.
That's why I'm wearing glasses right now, because you punched me the other day in the face.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's basically it. So that's all I have for questions.
Okay. So can I mention a good question that you didn't ask?
What?
What has been the greatest pleasure late in your career? What has given you the most satisfaction?
We want to be teed up to say the podcast?
I want to be teed up to have gratitude for the way my career and life has turned out, and how grateful I am to be in my early 70s now and still be able to do everything I'm doing. And not just the Lebitard show and the Herald and my own podcast, and needless to say, my family and my loved ones, but the little things, being able to write a couple of books, being able to own a racehorse, just all these things have completed the tapestry of my life in a way that's been so gratifying. I don't go a day without feeling really grateful for the way everything has turned out and is turning out in my life. I'm just so happy for that, and I thank anybody who had a small part of it.
I see your gratitude and I match it because, I love you and I love doing this with you and I love working with you, and we're pretty lucky. Yeah,
we are. We really are, and we appreciate it. Before we go, I do want to talk a little tiny bit about sports because we come out Monday, today, if you're listening, as we come out, and the Dolphins host the Jets tonight, Monday Night Football. It's the winless game of the week, WEAK. It's the AFC East Battle of the Basement. And Christopher, what are your thoughts and prediction?
I don't know. The battle of Dolphins and Jets. The battle of the Cotes versus Stugotz. You should call Stugotz right now on your phone and just get a prediction for this game. And that way, you want to talk about keeping the downloads coming. If you put in the headline, we have Stugotz on, that'll just get the juices flowing for everybody.
All right. Let's just see here.
Oh, you are going to do it. Good. This is exciting.
Okay.
Put it on speaker.
Okay.
Remember, you have to have this set up like I did. It's funniest if you're just like, it's the question everyone wants me to ask you. You're on the Greg Cote Show live. Hopefully I'm not putting you on the spot, but it's the question everyone wants answered.
One day later.
I am I'm grinning ear to ear to be in the company of Stugotz because I haven't seen my old friend in a while. You were in some fancy or not fancy hotel room.
I am not in a fancy hotel room. I'm in a hotel. It is not fancy. It's a Courtyard by Marriott.
Okay. You're
up in
visiting your
Syracuse, New
daughter.
York. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
But I am I'm visiting my daughter here. I'm really covering, Greg, the big Syracuse Duke tilts tomorrow.
Nice.
Saturday. Yes. I wish they were playing basketball. They're not. They're playing football. But I am up here for Parents Weekend for my daughter. So.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Yes. I appreciate your diligence on the parenting. The parenting never ends. I used to think that when the kids were grown and everything, that the parenting would be simple and
Yes.
stop, but it never ends.
No, it gets more complex and it gets more difficult with each passing year. You're exactly right about that.
I know.
Like you thought you were done with Christopher years ago. You're not. You're working harder than ever.
Believe me, that is the truth. That is the truth. All right, I want to cut to the chase here because there's a lot on everybody's mind. I have truly missed you. I miss seeing you every week. I know Lebitard Show fans really miss you as well. And so you agreeing to be on with me, I have to ask the one question that's on everybody's minds. It's a big one. It's not probably not an easy one for you to answer, but I want you to be as honest as you can. So the question is, Jets at Dolphins tonight. Who do you like?
I mean, I like the Dolphins. If they're not going to win this game, what game are they going to win? I mean, this is an 0-3, right? This is an 0-3 Jets team who, quite frankly, I think if you asked upper management, would you rather win this game or lose this game, they would all tell you, no, we're good losing this game. It's Tyrod Taylor, I believe, and if it's not, it might be worse than Justin Fields.
Yeah.
And so if the Dolphins can't win this game, what game will they win the remainder of the season? I have the Dolphins winning this. I'm not going to say it's going to turn their season around, but the Dolphins have showed signs lately. I mean, they were in that game at Buffalo, a team that a lot of people feel like, might be the AFC representative in the Super Bowl this year. And they were in that game. They had a chance to win that game. The Jets have only been in one game. That was the first game with Justin Fields, and then Aaron Rodgers broke our heart. I think the Dolphins win by 3 touchdowns, Greg.
Wow. Okay. I totally agree with you. I'm called by Dan and by others. I'm called an apologist, a homer, because I'm sort of seeing the glass half full with the Dolphins. They took a public shit in the opener at Indy. It was one of the worst performances I've ever seen. They were a little bit better the next week, should have beaten New England. And then, like you say, they're playing the presumptive Super Bowl team, the Buffalo Bills, in Buffalo, and they're in that game. They lost a competitive game. So I too think they're going to beat the Jets. And part of that is that Miami's won 9 straight home games against the Jets. They just have the number. But couldn't Jets fans also say, man, if we don't win this game, what game are we going to win, right?
No, I think Jet fans have conditioned themselves to we're not winning any games. And we don't want to win any games. It's not like if we can't win this game, what game can we win? We want to lose all of them. Yeah. There's no reason, Greg. You know this. There's no reason to be 7-10. There's no reason to be 8-9. There's no reason to be 9-8. If you're going to be lousy, listen, this is a life lesson, okay? Not just football. If you don't be 8-8 in life, okay? Don't be 9-8. Don't be 8-9. Either be 15-1 or be 0-17. Okay.
That's true.
That's it.
Yeah.
You set the bar very low for yourself if you go over 17, and anything you do, okay, that's deemed as a positive will seem like you climbed over that bar.
Yeah.
And so I think the Jets, I don't think they want to win the game. I don't think they will win the game, and I don't think they should win the game.
Yeah.
If there's a conversation in that locker room about, hey, guys, you want to win this game tonight? I think the resounding answer would be no.
I love your analogy about win-loss records applying to life, because it's true that the vast majority of people just walk through life going 8-8.
Yeah.
You know,
Floating through life, right?
Right.
Got to win here, got to lose there, got to win here, got to lose
right.
there. Right.
I mean, Albert Einstein is going 16-0. The serial killer is going 0-16, and the rest of us are just 8-8. Just walking through life. Well, Stugotz,
In the serial, well, hold on, Greg. This is interesting. In the serial killer's mind, do you think he thinks he's going home for 16? I mean,
no, I suspect he's dealing with all kind of other issues that make him think that he's one of the greatest people on earth, which is the problem.
I think in their minds, they're going 17-0. Right.
I know, you're right. And
Terrible.
Einstein, in his time, Albert Einstein's probably thinking, I'm just a regular guy. Why is everybody making a big deal? So anywho,
Einstein's overrated.
you think? He
I don't
really
think he's
is
as smart as everyone thinks. I mean, how were we measuring smartness back then? How do we know?
I know. Theory of relativity. What everybody's what's the big deal? But Albert Einstein, you know who Albert Einstein's best friend was? Charlie Chaplin.
Really?
Yeah. They were like super tight.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Well, that was on my podcast. We have a bit called 3 Facts Jack, and that was one of my facts in this episode. So I'm giving you a private revealing of that fact just for you, because you were kind enough to jump on for a cameo here. And Stugotz, I do think we have answered the question that was on everybody's minds about you, because who knew? You're a Jets fan, and it takes a man to admit how bad his team is. It really does. I thought maybe you thought the Jets would face a bad opponent and have their turnaround game, but you didn't.
Yes, Greg knew, and the reason he wanted me on is there a person who actively roots for their team to lose games?
I know.
And he didn't think that person existed.
No.
And he asked me to come on, and I think you were pleasantly surprised and shocked to learn that there is a fan out there that is willing to root against his favorite team, a team he's been a fan of since he was 8 years old.
Yes. Yeah. No, you're right. And I do think that the loser of this game, the loser of Jets-Dolphins, the fan base is automatically going to start talking tank.
Yes.
We got to tank the season.
Yes, I think Jet fans are already there. I think their fan base is already there. Yeah, here's the problem. You're tanking for a guy named Arch Manning who's not going to come out if the Jets have the first number 1 overall pick.
That's right. Wow. So there's no hope. There's no hope for Jets fans.
Would you send your kid there? I mean,
no. Hell no. Although it's a great city, New York. Come on.
It is. Yeah, but it's in New Jersey.
I know. That's a problem. You're right. I've been to that stadium. It ain't New York City.
Yes. Although Eli's uncle wanted to go there, and he was in San Diego, which is odd. Normally, when you reach San Diego, you don't want to go back to New York. But his uncle, I think Eli and Peyton strut around like they're Coop's son. It's Cooper's son.
I know.
Like I think Peyton thinks that Arch is his son, and he's not.
Yeah. That's funny. He should claim him.
You think Arch takes all? Listen, like when they're sitting around for like a little family get together, who do you think takes the most amount of credit for Arch being this good at quarterback? Right? It's definitely not his dad. It's got to be Peyton, right?
Oh, it's got to be. Yeah, Peyton. Everything. He's like the top of the umbrella. Everything like floats down from Peyton. He's Peyton Manning. Come on,
Coop. You're welcome. Right?
Yeah, right, Coop. Yeah, that's funny. Thank you, Stugotz. Really appreciate you.
Listen, I'm glad to answer all the hard-hitting questions that you have.
And I think we did answer the one that was on everybody's mind. And too bad, Jets. Another loss coming.
Yeah, I love you, buddy. I miss you so much.
Buddy. Miss you too.
Okay.
See you soon.
Bye.
Okay, so I think the Dolphins are going to win. I don't have much doubt about this game.
The
Dolphins have owned the Jets lately. They've won 9 games in a row at Hard Rock Stadium against the Jets. Even if Justin Fields is back, which when we're recording this, it's not known yet, but either way, I think the Dolphins are going to win, and I feel pretty good about it. You don't have a strong feeling about this game?
Oh, Jets, Jets.
No way. Really?
That's what I'm rooting for.
Okay. Because your wife has whipped you, hadn't she?
No, I'm just kind of. I don't need to. I don't want to do the song and dance of them beating the Jets 13-3.
Yeah.
And pretend to feel good about it, and then I'm ready for this to let's burn this thing down like Greg Cote in a field when he was a kid on a dry summer night.
Let's burn it.
Let's burn it down.
Baby, burn.
Let's burn it. Let's run away, and let's have the firefighters have to come over.
Sounds good. Now, an even bigger game at the end of this week: Miami at FSU, number 2 in the country versus number 8. Who do you like?
Well, I maybe I'm going to be wrong about this because this game will have just happened when this comes out, even though it hasn't happened yet when we're recording. That FSU Virginia game. How about that game on Friday night? FSU maybe won, but in my mind, I think Virginia kept it closer than we thought. And maybe I turned out to be way wrong about this, and it was a huge blowout. But I actually think Virginia will keep that game close. So I actually think we're going to be feeling even better about Miami against FSU here. So I think the line is going to be. What is the line right now? Would the line be out yet before the Virginia game? How's that work?
No, the line wouldn't come out until that. The line will be out like minutes after the Virginia game. Trust me.
I think if they play that close, I think Miami. What are you thinking the line's going to be?
I think if assuming Florida State beats Virginia by a reasonable amount, I think that Miami will actually be favored by like 2 points.
Right. My point is like if Virginia looks good against FSU, you think Miami could be like a 4 or 5 point spread?
I would doubt that it's more than 3 in Tallahassee. I would doubt that.
But if you're a Miami fan, you're hoping that FSU wins that game.
Yes. Yeah. Right. But even if FSU beats Virginia 65-3, I still like Miami in next week's game.
If they win 65-3, I think FSU. I don't know.
Yeah, it could swing the line. You're right.
I mean, you gave a ridiculous. You gave a ridiculous. So you're all right. So let me just write this down because this is rare. So you think the Dolphins are going to win, and you think the Canes are going to win?
Yes.
Nailed it. All right, I got it written down. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to guarantee both wins.
Wow.
Yeah. Mark it. Bank it.
Put it in the bank, Frank.
Put it in the bank, Frank. Don't give me any slack, Jack. And on that note, that's a hell of a pick, Dick. There you go, Uncle Dick. Thank you, Uncle Dick, for being my best man all those years ago. And you're still around. My brother, Uncle Dick, about to have his 80th birthday, the big 80. How about that?
That's crazy.
So an early birthday shout out to my one and only brother and also my favorite brother. Always been there for me, except when he was away in the Army.
Wow, Roy, very offended right now.
Yeah? Okay. Hey, that kind of thing. This is where I say, Pod family, we love you like a pet. We really do. And you know how much I love Charlie. I was down on ground level with him, looking in his eye today. We were hugging each other. I love my dog, just like I love my Pod family.
Wow, you're very emotional today.
I am. It's been a fun ride.
It's not over yet.
Yeah, that's true. But the episode is. That's all I meant. I didn't mean my life. What are you talking about?
Bye-bye.
Hey, that kind of thing. Bye-bye.
Dad, how does it feel that you're going to, for Uncle Dick's 80th birthday, celebrate by losing to an 80-year-old in golf?
He and I played close.
Yeah, he's gonna be. He plays he plays once a week.
I still play the grown man tees. You know.
That's true.
He plays a little shorter, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I still play the grown man.
I do know what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Golfing it, baby. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.